I'm an outgoing person. I'm an extrovert. So in a way that makes it easy, but it just makes it easy to have the more like friendly connections. Like it doesn't feel good to have a transactional connection. I think I've been through 4 or 5 startups at this point, and they're risky. I mean, they're sort of inherently scary in that you're taking a risk, you're putting kind of somewhat of your career, your income potentially, just on the line to do this risky thing. Especially the financial part of it doesn't scare me anymore, because I think like the failure is kind of part of it in a way, and it's like I feel that even if something's not working out or I'm failing, I've learned how to always turn that into lessons and how to always know that I'm learning more for the next attempt. But I think when you commit to a startup, to especially a social enterprise where there's even more risks, you kind of are committing yourself to a certain amount of stress. I mean, any startup for sure. I'm used to it. I'm okay with it, especially because I know I'm doing something I really care about. Like I think if I was starting a company that was another photo app, I wouldn't be willing to take on that stress because it's not something that I feel like would make as big an impact in the world. Sales. I mean, it's still like very much a work in progress. My first company, I started as a software developer wanting to just focus on the technology, and in the beginning everyone kind of has to wear every hat, and ended up doing mostly sales and marketing and was terrible at it and hated it, and that was kind of the reason the company didn't succeed. Cold calls, kind of annoying people who didn't want to spend that time of day with you. And it was kind of like that to some degree. I mean, we were, pitching a product that people didn't know they maybe needed or wanted. And I think it is different now that I'm doing something I'm so passionate about. It's much easier when I really believe in it. One was a project I was really excited about related to the universal basic income space. So this is sales as a contractor, as a software development agency, basically. And it was a project where we were connected through people we knew, and it was right up our alley, and it just seemed perfect. And so we were really confident that we were just going to get it. And so we didn't really prepare that much. And I was in the middle of a conference when we had our first sort of main intro call with them. And my co-founder, who was also on the call, didn't really know that much about the context or what we were going to be talking about. And so they just asked us some questions we weren't expecting, and we were kind of thrown off and weren't communicating from a place of full confidence because we weren't prepared. Went through a whole process with them, didn't end up getting it, but I think could tie back to that first conversation and just not being totally confident because we weren't prepared. Just constantly networking is so valuable, and so I'm scheduling lunches and dinners with friends or acquaintances or people that are somewhat related to our space or doing types of projects that we would want to be working on. And so far most of our contracts have come through those connections sort of spontaneously. We'll have a dinner with someone, we'll connect, and just as friends and just talking about our projects, and then also let them know we're looking for work. A few weeks later, a couple months later, they pop up, they have a friend who needs some work, and they send them our way. And so asking a lot of questions and figuring out what they need, and then how could what we're offering help them. So that's been the most valuable thing, and that's actually something I do love doing. It's just hanging out with cool people. My name is Tibet Sprague, and I work for the Terran collective.